Magandang po sa inyong lahat. This is your pastor and missionary, Pastor James Tamayo from Grace Christian International Baptist Church here in Binangonan, Rizal, Philippines. At bumabati po kami ng magandang araw po sa inyo. At isa pong malaking karangalan that your pastor requested me to share and to preach a little bit of what is happening today. Alam po ninyo, I know all of you have been watching the television here in your living rooms, and I know in your country you have the capability of watching Filipino news through channels 2 and 7. And what I can say in my part, being in the Philippines, is it's a different story when you watch, and it's a different story when you live. Alam po ninyo, nung mga first few days when the quarantine was given and lockdown was approved, it's always a mixed emotion kasi nga po ay talaga not in my lifetime that I was able to experience this. I'm not saying that hindi ginamit yung martial law, but I was a young child at that time, kaya talaga hindi ko naintindihan yung mga checkpoints, yung mga lockdown, yung military everywhere, police people everywhere. Isa po that caused much scare. Ito po nangyari po itong lahat ng ito is lahat po ng tao was caught much like in the middle kasi po alam po naman natin how we in the Philippines ay marami po sa atin ang nakatira at namumuhay ng talaga pong they live on what they get on a daily basis. Kaya nga po sa mga projects that I was able to share to you and to your pastor is what we call the Just Rights Pastor Project. Isa po itong dahilan na ginawa natin ang proyekto ito not just to give relief, but rather to sustain our church people, our church members from our different churches in the locality para po magkaroon man lang sila ng bigas. Alam po ninyo, bigyan po nila ako na example. Bakit po Just Rice Pastor? They just cook the rice doon po sa labas ng church namin, outside our church. Meron pong plantation po ng kamote tops. Alam po ninyo, they just pluck some leaves on it, put that on the top. Nung nag-boil na po yung kanin, pagkatapos po kainan na. And everybody was enjoying it. At alam po ninyo, asa nakita po namin mga pangyayari po dito that you have yung quarantine natin sa Pilipinas is a different quarantine that you have in the States. Kasi nga po ay everyone, just one member of the family will be given a pass. Na you can go to buy food, you can go to buy medicine, and maybe take someone to the hospital. But they call it a 24-hour curfew for everyone. Wala akong lalabas. And I was really shocked kung mga unang mga araw. Actually, up to now. Kasi po, even all the streets are barricaded at lahat po may bantay. And this past month ng March and of course April is about to finish kasi po ang lockdown was set until the 30th. And yesterday it was announced that it will be extended again to May 15. I just can't imagine how we can cope pagdating po sa pangangailangan po ng ating mga tao. At ako po ay nagpapasalamat sa napakaraming Kristiyano dyan sa Amerika. Mga kaibigan natin, members of our churches, members of different organizations, that they started to look on our predicament. When I wrote them first time, I was telling them that if I'm having a hard time to put up a letter to tell you what we are experiencing and what are the needs we have. Kasi alam po ninyo, from the project that we had from December, January, February, March, and April, you have been generously supporting and financing the needs dito sa atin. Nagkaroon tayo ng Apple Christmas, then we had this Taal volcano disaster. Now we have this Just Rice Pastor. To top it all off, ito pong sitwasyon na ito ay hindi na po Sa amin sa Pilipinas nangyayari. Nangyayari po yan sa inyo sa Amerika and all parts of the world. But I am so glad, we are so glad, and we are so blessed kasi po, yung church po natin ay nandyan. Ang aming lang po kahilingan since we have another 3 weeks to go again, ay sabi ko, if you can put up something, maybe a personal gift, maybe a family gift, that you can put up para makabili lang po ng bigas para po sa ating mga tao dito. And I would like to give you an example kung ano po yung pinamimigay namin rice. Ito pong Just Rice Pastor natin ay we give each family ng 10 kilos of rice. This is 5 kilos. So, kasi wala na kami ng plastic na malaki nagkakapusan po, we give a family 2 of this. 10 kilos or 22 pounds of rice per week. Sa ating po mga Pilipino at kumakain ng bigas, that's not enough for 1 week. Sa amin nga po, kung magsain kami, 1 kilo na rin isang sainan pa lang. Can you imagine for 1 week? And if you have several members of your family, it will not be enough, but it will help a lot. And I just cannot tell you how the pictures will just tell me from the post that I did in Facebook at sa ibang mga media, they're telling how our church people are so blessed for what you have already done. Alam po natin na we all need to pray. We need all to pray for each other. Kasi nga po, and I remember my grandmother when she was still alive and sharing me the horror of what happened in the World War. Nandun po yung there's no food, limited of everything. And can you imagine on those times, talagang it's far from what we have today. We have access to so many things in the internet, in the television, cable, in your telephones, in your cell phones. Talagang, sabi ko nga po, we have all of those. But can you imagine those years way back when they have to live through this kind of horror? Comparing to what we have today, it's somewhat a different kind of horror. Sabi nga natin doon, maybe because of being primitive in so many ways, hindi mo nakikita rin yung mga kalaban mo. Much more what we have today. With the technology that we have, with the capacity of the internet and the medical technology that we have, and the doctors that we have, and everything. Sabi nga po natin it put us in our needs. And tonight, I would just like to share to you a very, very simple verse that is found in Luke chapter 11. And in this verse, you will notice here there was a request that was asked. Hinihingi nila kay Jesus Christ. And I would like to read it here. And it says, and it came to pass that as he was praying in a certain place, when he sees one of his disciples said unto him, Lord, teach us to pray, as John also taught his disciples. The key words there were, Lord, teach us to pray. Our Heavenly Father, we are so thankful for this wonderful time that we can be together. The fellowship, maybe not in the buildings, in the churches, or maybe in the congregation that we can touch and hug each other. But today, with the technology that we can listen to your word, and we can communicate through this kind of medium. Thank you very much for this time. Bless our hearts. In Christ's name we pray. In the short years of Jesus' ministry on earth, his disciples were able to see, they were able to hear, they were able to touch what God can do through prayers. I mean, in his time, his disciples was able to see him. They were able to see him raising someone from the dead, feeding thousands, causing blind to see, causing the dumb and the deaf to hear, and causing the lame to walk. But in all of these things, they did not request the Lord to teach them to do these miracles. They did not ask the Lord to teach them how to heal the blind. They did not ask the Lord to teach them how to feed the 5,000 or more, how to multiply what they had at that time. But in this verse, in Luke chapter 11, verse 1, it covers everything that they wanted to learn. The verse says here, Lord, teach us to pray. We are in a time that the only thing that we can do is just be on our knees and pray. See, a lot of people today, they thought that when you ask the Lord and when you pray, it's just like a magic wand that you can just, and things will happen. Things will appear. Some people thought that prayer is like a first aid kit. That when you are hurt or something happened to you, you can just pray and be healed. Some people thought that they need to pray when they're already desperate. What do I mean by that? You have already exhausted all the things that you can do. Exhausted all the materials. Exhausted all the things that you see around. And when nothing works, then it's my time to pray. And they said too that prayer will be the last ask or the last act before we die. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to share to you today, in the light of what is happening in our world, not just in our country, but in the world today, that the only answer is Jesus Christ. Through our faithfulness, through our prayers. I believe today, with this past months that we've been seeing a lot of television shows and programs and showing the technology and how they are trying to find the antidote or the vaccine for this virus. I mean, this is not just technology found in one of these countries that develop medicines. It's been done and what people are doing from different parts of the world. I mean, people are exhausting all the knowledge, all the technology that they know of. But I would like to submit to you, ladies and gentlemen, all of this are good. All of this will have an answer. Might have an answer. But it is our time for us just to be on our knees, asking God for forgiveness, for forgetting Him, for making Him as our first aid, for coming to Him because we are desperate, asking Him to forgive us and really teach us to pray. It is not too late. Today, we have heard a lot of futuristic things. Even religious groups and churches are teaching a lot of these things. We believe as Baptists, as Christians, that all of these are prelude at what's going to happen. I remember we were talking about the 666 sign that will be put on your forehead or maybe in your left or right arm. And you cannot buy food or anything and go out without this. Here in the Philippines, we don't have the technology yet, but there's no way for you to get out. Of course, except those that we call pasaway here in the Philippines. Marami pa niyang pasaway na yan. But we are already practicing the quarantine pass. There's no way for you to move from one town to another town. There's no way for you to move from one street to another street without that pass that you can buy food or medicine. These things are happening around us today to remind us who God is and who we are. Ladies and gentlemen, again, let us come together and just ask Jesus to teach us the real prayer. Prayer that is really coming from our hearts. And I think today we need to start asking for forgiveness. Neglecting to pray. Using it as a first aid. Using it like a medicine. And using it because we are desperate. There is hope for our world and our countries. It's just in Jesus Christ. And for our friends and people that are wanting to be a part of what we do, it is very important to have that personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Not just to be a part or just to be a member of the church, but to be a member of His family. And the only way we can do that is when we accept Him as our personal Lord and Savior, asking Him to forgive us and to come in our lives. We are so thankful today that I can be a part of your service, a part of your worship today. And you know, one of the encouragement that we have today, that the extended quarantine or the extended lockdown is extended again for the second time, is found in the book of Genesis. It reminded us of Noah. Remember when God told Noah to build the ark, that when it was time, Everybody were in the ark. And the Lord said, He shut the door and no one can come out. In chapter 7, verse 17, and the flood was 40 days upon the earth, and the water increased and bare up the ark, and it was lifted up above the earth. The rain, the water, stayed for 40 nights and 40 days. But after that, when everything calmed down, they were not yet out of the quarantine. In verse 24 it says, and the water prevailed upon the earth 150 days. They were in quarantine for the first time without rain and water for 40 days and 40 nights. But when these things came to pass, it says that they needed to stay another 150 days more. I am not saying, and I'm not encouraging, and I'm not telling that this will happen to us in this quarantine that we are having today. But in my prayer and in your prayer, the encouragement came in chapter 8, verse 1. It says, and God remembered the law. It means that He is the God from the beginning. He is the God of what we are or what is happening now. And He is also the God of what is next. There's a song that we usually sang a long time ago, and the title of the song is Where Could I Go But to the Lord? As an encouragement for all of us tonight and today, put in our hearts, put in our minds, that with all of these things happening around us, deaths, there's so many death and there's so many crises. The Bible says, where could I go but to the Lord? Lord, teach us how to pray. Because that is the only way we can find an answer and solution to all of these things. Again, God bless you. And we are honored, I am honored today to be sharing what we are experiencing here in Int'l, Rizal, in the Philippines. This is your missionary, Pastor James Tamayo Tito, saying, God bless you, stay safe, and be a blessing